It was Zambia versus the Azuri in the Under-20 World Cup. Let's just have a look at the two lineups that were chosen by the two coaches with particular interest to what Beston Chambeshi had on offer. So, 4-4-2 formation for Zambia against Italy there, and we saw, well, the usual suspects starting up top, but something of considerable interest was the deployment of Enoch Mwepu, who actually didn't last the game. He played as and started as a second striker in this game. Coach Suleiman, first off, you look at that game, we lost. Enoch Mwepu, we lost him quite early on, and you tend to think, okay, did that really just say there's something that is going to go wrong today from a Zambian perspective?
First, I'm saying sorry about what happened for Under-20 today. He's a good team and he have good future, and he young player already. We're going to do something good in future. He have a chance Under-23 and in senior international already. But you see today the player is look tired. He come from big game with Germany. Some player is look in the ground is tired, but he play good game. But Italy has finished the game intactly.
Okay, so look tired. Tactically, it was always going to be a tough game, Dennis. And then, because I've got no choice but to almost agree with him. The body language was not what we see. I saw Edward Chilufya looking not like the player we know him to be. They look tired. These boys have played lots of football since the COSAFA. They didn't have an off-season. They didn't have time to rest.
Yeah, I think correct, Zite. From what I saw, even what Coach Solomon has said, just from Africa Cup, we've been using the same team. I think, if maybe you can
from
correct
COSAFA,
me.
actually.
Yeah, from COSAFA, we've been using the same team. We went to World Cup. We even knew that we've qualified, but we never changed. I can't blame the coach. They maybe wanted to see something, but obviously you have to. Like today, we made changes. Some players, I saw them today.
For the first time?
Yeah.
Harrison Chisala, to say the least.
Yeah.
Okay, and Kenneth Kalunga as well. So that was his first game. Let's just look at the statistics before we begin to dissect the two things that happened. Of course, Mwepu had to be sacrificed for Mchindu. But ladies and gentlemen, you're definitely not embarrassed to be a supporter of the team on the right hand of the screen. Look at those statistics, Coach Suleiman. 31 total shots, 10 on target compared to only 9 for Italy, 5 block shots compared to 2 for Italy. We won 19 fouls, or committed 19 fouls compared to Italy's 14, had 9 corners. Ball possession was 50-50. Actual playing time was 33 minutes compared to 32 for Italy. When you look at that, yes, they were tired, but I think even the Italians were tired if we were tired, because look at those statistics.
Because Italia is looking tired because he played 10 players. He lost a player in first half. But you see the game, Italy, after he lost the ball, he come down to take the position for defense. The problem for our player in Zambia, in midfield, he is move good to front to come back. But when he has the ball, he didn't throw the ball right. Supposed to change left after he found the condition. He takes the ball, he used the left, he used the striker. This is not happening in the game.
Talking about decision making, so let's discuss the tactics now. Mwepu comes off and we bring in a defensive midfielder to actually play a little bit deeper, and we now see Boyd Msonda going a little bit forward, something that we've not seen him do in this tournament or in this team. That was the role that was played by Emmanuel Banda, who was also sacrificed as the game went on. What were your reflections bringing in Mchindu on And I know there are some people who are saying, why didn't you bring in Conlight? And bring in Conlight to play second striker to beef up the attack?
Well, I thought the move at first, it was an excellent move because we were reading by then. We were 1 up. And those guys were reduced to 10 men. So I thought when we brought on Muchind, we were just supposed to close the game, which we couldn't.
But closing the game in the first half, and it brings me to the question, Coach Suleiman, game management, why didn't Zambia show the numerical advantage today? What was the biggest problem?
The biggest problem is the player is not communicate good today in the game. Just he used himself, he didn't use tactic. That's what I mean. And, the players look tired. The players look tired, not in the power. Tired what I can say for psychologization for the mind to when he have the ball. When he have the ball, he found sometimes the player is pass the ball is by luck. You found Italy stop in the position is good. He cut it the ball, start building attack. Is easy, 2 touches, 3 touches. You found him in our area.
Okay, now talking about that one, we saw how calm the Italians were wherever they had the ball, even on the edge of their own area. They were very composed. They didn't panic. They didn't punt the ball forward. They were always winning the ball back and using it as a real transition into attack for the Italians. What can we learn from all this?
You know, I was watching the game and I was thinking this game was similar to the German game. What happened in the German game was similar to what happened today. I was watching and I was thinking, why can't we do something different? Because German, we led, I think, 3 minutes at a time.
3-1?
Yeah, we couldn't do game management with the 3 minutes. I don't know whether it was 2 minutes which was left. Even today it was the same. We scored to lead for 2-1. 4 minutes? Was it 4 minutes or 6 minutes? I can't remember because I got so confused. We were supposed to do a game management. If you saw Italy, the moment they led 3-2, they made one substitution. They were delaying the game, not delaying like in feigning injuries, no, but by keeping the ball. They will keep the ball for a long time, which we couldn't do. As whenever we had the ball, we were rushing to go forward.
Now, Coach, just tell me something. Would you agree and say, okay, today we're outsmarted because maybe it's been a long time coming? He's talking about the Germany game, tough game as well. We had to win it at the end of the day. How much of quote-unquote luck would you say we had throughout this tournament compared to our tactical nature as a team?
First, you see second half, Zambian player, he feel he win the game. First in second half, in first 10 minutes, he relax. He several time he have the ball and he like to use himself only. He didn't use the ball to running. In this time, Italy start to breathe to control the game. The game is running after this time. Is running outside Zambia. When the player going to understand this problem, Italy scores.
Okay, so perhaps Dennis, that substitution, you said it was correct in the circumstance that we're leading. Okay, now I'm just going to ask you about game management that you made apparent reference to. If game management if game management was what was required, probably would have brought in a positive player, but still manage the game. So how do you manage the game with a defensive player? You begin to close shop in the first half. Is that where we lost the game today?
No, I think I know I've watched under 20 for some time now. There's no player who can match Enoch. Enoch is a very, very creative midfielder. Now, when removing him, I'm sure the coach was thinking, who am I going to replace him with? And then I saw assistant coach Buton. He was saying, let's just put another holding midfielder so that Boyd Msonda, and since we are leading and they are one man down, I thought that was a good move.
But they were playing out, and that's the point I want you to address, Coach Suleiman. You are playing an Italian side, playing 4-4-2. They are playing out from the back, playing through the lines. They're not playing long. So those two defensive midfielders will not win the second ball because of the way the Italians are deciding to attack us. What was the biggest issue then in terms of us managing the game, that we are a go up, and now also ensuring that we don't allow the Italians to come at us?
The midfield today is have bad luck. The two midfield have bad luck today. Supposed to close up the 18 area to brace the player for Italy. But the problem today, another one is the back left and the back right is closed more, and he left the man out. You see the score, number one. Even many balls is come to the half right, the half left for Italy to make it cross pass. Another one, he found the ball is easy, come to him.
Wow. Definitely, this one is going to be a topic for many weeks to come. So, Zambia beaten by the Italians.